Welcome in, everybody. We are down to the final four teams in the Leagues Cup, so we'll keep this pretty quick. Unfortunately, last round's parlay did come up a little short, but what can you do when Minnesota plays for an hour of the game down a man? But had you bet the lean of Philly to win and LAFC to score, you would have at least gotten that winner, so hopefully somebody made that bet. But let's jump into the Leagues Cup semifinals preview between Philadelphia and Miami and Nashville and Monterey. Starting with Philadelphia and Miami. Now it's third place in the Eastern Conference against 15th in the Eastern Conference when it comes to the MLS standings. And Philly won 4-1 at home earlier this season, while Miami won 2-0 at home in the MLS earlier this season. But this is a totally different Miami team now, so let's just move on and focus in on the Leagues Cup results. Miami beat Cruz Azul 2-1, Atlanta 4-0, Orlando 3-1 in the round of 32. They drew Dallas 4-4 before winning in PKs in the round of 16, and they just routed Charlotte 4-0 in the quarterfinals. Messi has obviously been the catalyst with 8 goals and 3 assists, but Joseph Martinez has 2 goals and 1 assist, both in PKs for his goals. Robert Taylor also has 4 goals and 4 assists too. So everyone right now in pink is looking better with Messi in the lineup. But now they'll head back on the road for just the second time this tournament to face the Philadelphia Union. So for Philadelphia, they beat Tijuana 3-1, Querétaro 5-1. They drew DC 0-0, going on to win in penalties in the round of 32. Then they drew the Red Bulls 1-1, going on to win in PKs again in the round of 16. And they left it late with a winning goal 10 minutes into second half stoppage time against Querétaro in the quarterfinals. That was after Querétaro took a red card just a little bit earlier, and they went on to win 2-1 in their last game to get here in the semifinals. Now, Philadelphia were without the injured Daniel Gazdag, and they saw Julian Carranza leave with a possible hamstring injury. Both might not be available for the semifinals, which would be big losses. But you just can't ignore Philadelphia's home dominance, though. At home, they're riding a streak of 10 wins in a row and 15 undefeated at Subaru Park across all competitions. And across all competitions, the Union have just 1 loss in their past 38 home games. They only have 4 losses since the start of 2020 at home. But you also just can't ignore that despite Miami's amazing run through Leagues Cup so far, in their one road game, they conceded 4 goals against Dallas in this tournament. And Dallas is not exactly known for being a high-powered offensive team. Philly are a top team in MLS, and even without some key players playing at home, they should be able to exploit a weak Miami defense. To me, this looks like another potential shootout, so you could go both teams to score an over 2.5 by itself. Looks like a good bet at -110. That's probably good enough as it is, but this being the semifinals, I think we can add just a little bit more to it and throw in something in a parlay from the next game. So let's go to Nashville and Monterey. Now, not many would have picked Nashville to reach the Final Four, but here they are, and they did so with a 2-1 win over Colorado, a 4-3 loss to Toluca, a 1-1 draw, winning in PKs against Cincinnati in the round of 32, a 2-2 draw, winning in PKs against Club America in the round of 16, and then they thumped Minnesota in the quarterfinals 5-0. But while that scoreline does look impressive, it was aided by the fact that Minnesota took a red card in the 34th minute when it was still 0-0. From there, the Loons imploded. It was 2-0 at half. They barely touched the ball in the second half, and Adrian Heath seemed to accept defeat. He subbed off Reynoso, Pukki, Halangwani, Fragapani, and Trapp. So that game was basically over as soon as that red card was handed out. Now, prior to that last clean sheet, though, for Nashville, it was a rare thing for Nashville to accomplish. Across all competitions, Nashville has now only kept 2 clean sheets in their past 19 games. Scoring-wise, though, they've now scored 13 goals in their 5 Leagues Cup games, which is great. Again, some of that because they were up a man in the last game. At home, across all competitions, they've scored 12 of their past 13 at home. Now, Monterey, their opponents, their Leagues Cup resume looks like this: a 3-0 win over RSL, a 4-2 win over Seattle, a 1-0 win over Portland in the round of 32, a 1-0 win over Tigres in the round of 16, and then they had a 3-2 comeback win over LAFC after being down 2-0 in the quarterfinals. For Monterey, they've won 7 straight across all competitions. They've outscored their opponents 16-5 in that stretch. This is going back into last season as well. And they've scored in 26 of their past 28 games across all competitions. Their only loss in the past 14 came against Tigres in the Liga MX playoffs as well. To me, I think both teams to score looks like a good bet here, but I would still lean to Monterey to advance. They have suffered through tons of travel, date changes to their games, and they lost Bertarami through injury, who had 5 goals in the tournament. But others have stepped up, and they just seem to be carrying the burden of representing Liga MX well in this tournament, and they seem to be taking it very seriously to carry on that torch for Liga MX. They were one of the last teams remaining. Now they are the only team remaining from Mexico of the Final Four. And I think if they can score 3 versus the MLS Cup champs in LAFC, then they certainly can score and maybe even win and move on against Nashville. So if you had to pick a team there, I think I would lean to Monterey. But for this parlay, I'm just going to say Monterey to score. It's something they've done, like I said, in 26 of 28 games. So let's go Philly and Miami, both teams to score and over 2.5. Monterey to score a goal. That comes in at plus 138 over at Bet365. Now, which two teams do you see advancing into the finals? Be sure to drop your picks in the comments. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more picks all summer long in the Leagues Cup and more soccer as well. Thanks a lot and good luck, everyone.